Welcome to the Kukulu Gallery, and the home of contemporary African Canadian art. And the present exhibition that you see around you is titled The Emerging African Canadian Artists. It is the cumulative work from 3 exhibitions that we've had recently, and we have some of the emerging artists, the young up-and-coming African Canadian artists, who will be making a name for themselves shortly in this space right now, which is quite a treat for us.
I don't think there's necessarily a common theme in this show. I think the theme is that we're all emerging African Canadian artists. That's how we all got together. 2 different themes which I deal with in my paintings. One of them is spiritual Baptists. I do a lot of spiritual Baptist paintings. I have about 6 of them right now. And I'm really interested in the culture of spiritual Baptists, the religion itself, and the activities that spiritual Baptists perform.
My inspiration comes from music, particular phrases in life and a cultural life of the African people where I grew up. And that's what I try to portray in my paintings.
The Kukulu Gallery is the brainchild of Getachew Fantu, who is a visual artist, graphic artist himself, and has been involved with one of the previous Black-owned art galleries in Toronto, ArtStar. And he initiated his gallery in approximately 1 year ago. And he, at that time, contacted myself and 2 other fellow artists that he knew of to try and put together an exhibition. The primary focus of the Kukulu is to show this work that is coming from the African Canadian artists. We like to think of ourselves here as just artists who happen to be of African descent.
Music is fundamental for my work. I paint at home. I have a small studio space. I used to have a bigger apartment and I used to make bigger paintings, but recently I've been making smaller paintings.
My style has been classified by others as some say it's geometric, some say it's cubic. I call it contemporary African art, where I use traditional African themes and put them in a more contemporary form.
My inspiration is surrounded by reclamation of the individual self. Reclamation, for me personally, it's reclamation of my African ancestry. I've done a lot of reading, a lot of studying, a lot of thinking about my history, if you will, where I'm coming from as a person. And the work itself serves to solidify my identity as an African Canadian male artist.
The best means of marketing is to do shows. I've done several shows this year, about 6 or 7. So that's a good way for me to market my work. And I've done some interviews, one with Metro Word and now you. And so I guess that's my marketing scheme. I don't know, I think you need a dealer to do these things. I don't have a dealer at this point, so I'm just doing it on my own.
Since I've been here in Canada, it's about 18 years now, I have been influenced by other factors within the new culture that I've moved into. So in a sense, I came with a particular cultural beliefs and I'm learning the new ones here. So I've also incorporated what I've learned in Canada here into my work, as depicted in one of my paintings called This Land, showing the multicultural children playing, and this land refers to the land of the country where you are. At this particular time, we're in Canada, so this land is here. And that painting could refer to any other country or wherever you are, that this land, we all migrate from one place to the other and become part of that land.
As a group of artists, you're trying to establish an identity and establish a foundation. There is an ongoing battle of speaking to the issues of why this work has to fight to be seen. Once you get beyond fighting for space as an artist, then all of the work in general should be appreciated by all individuals. It is art. Whether the cultural orientation or racial orientation is there, that is very important in giving a fresh element to art as art. So the racial and sexual variable is very important to the making art refreshing. There's no such thing as generic art.